What's going on YouTube? Good morning. It is Wednesday. I think, what are we, 11 weeks out from this last show? I think, yeah. I think we're calling this 11 weeks out because I got a little countdown app and I got to see my recovery is pretty bad today. So we got 11 weeks, 4 days, and we got 30% recovery on Whoop. So that's going to mean we got a great session coming up today. So we're starting off with some breakfast, some brekkie, and this goes to show you that, you know, not every day is going to be the best day. So right here we made the pudding and it's a lot more watery than I usually make it. So that's what happens when you add a little bit too much water to this, but if you let it sit actually a minute or two, it's kind of thickened up a little bit. But we're gonna add 30 grams of Rice Krispies to this. As always, this is the frosted chocolate cupcake, 2 scoops, and you just add a little bit of water, you mix it into a pudding consistency. You got 50 grams of protein, and you get in a pudding consistency. So we're gonna do 30 grams of this, and we are 11 weeks out. So I'll talk about my show season, but you know, things kind of may be changing a little bit. I may be doing an additional warm-up show, which I'm super excited for. We'll talk more about that later. And so we're just gonna eat right now. So 30 G's of the Krispies. Again, why do you go with Rice Krispies? Just because you get a lot of volume, you get a good crunch out of them. But since they're so light individually, you can get a lot of them in. And then we got the good old, well, actually I think it's kind of new, but this is the Amazon energy drink, Salimo. I think this is like $1.25 or so each. These are super cheap. Are they good though? All right. I mean, it gets the job done. It just carries caffeine into my body. It's 160 milligrams, but I've literally just had one left in the fridge for a while. My favorite energy drink, in terms of flavor, is, well, they just rebranded this a little bit, but this is the old like Monster Ultra Zeros. It's just the original flavor and like a zero sugar version. This one I think is delicious. Even out of all the Monster flavors, better than the white one, better than the blue one, even better than the watermelon one. I think that OG flavor is the best. But out of all Monsters. So that's one of my favorite energy drinks. And then I just ordered some. I tried that Rise Jolly Ring Pop Berry, and that was so delicious that I ordered a case. So you may be seeing me have some of those coming up. But I'm gonna be eating this. Jared has not changed my macros yet, so we are still trucking along. We are gonna be hitting that around 64 fat. We're gonna be hitting 295 carbs, 214 protein. If I get an email in the middle of the day and that changes, we'll probably be hitting that. And so that'll be the game plan on the food point. I just had my second consecutive 206.4 weigh-in, which is actually a big drop. I was stuck at 210 for a while. We were down to 206, which is pretty sweet. But I did jiu-jitsu late last night, so I'm not sure if this is a semi-fluke, because maybe doing a lot of activity, you know, really late the night before, that may affect the next day's weigh-in. So I'm kind of taking this a little bit with a grain of salt, but it did happen after another fluke, the 206 the day before. So maybe we are hitting 206s now, and your boy's getting pretty darn lean. Glute striations are starting to pop in, and we'll throw up a little piece. My butt's starting to look a little bit like a walnut. And that is the big goal when it comes to natural bodybuilding. Is the biggest indicator of how lean you are is how striated your glutes are. And so your boy is trying to get pumpkin ass for that. So I'm gonna eat this up. This is gonna be delicious, and then we're gonna get ready for some training. I'm taking you guys through an upper day, and hopefully it's gonna be a good one, even though I just had jiu-jitsu like 12 hours ago. See you guys in a bit. Just thought this was really cool. Me and Nicole match. We both got our Terry pump covers on. Her as well, and then blue on top, she got blue on the bottom. So twinning. So today we are hitting upper day. You already saw my first set. We're doing, I think, 4 sets of dumbbell press, shooting for around 8 reps per set. Supersetting that with some chest supported rows. This is the Prime machine. It's pretty awesome. And shooting on this to get that 8 to 10 or so. We're gonna do it. So in the middle of superset number 2, we got an incline movement. This is an incline chest press. I like this because you can get really deep range of motion with this one and shooting 4 sets of like that 8 to 10 range. Supersetting this with another chest supported row because your boy needs to grow his back. So we're gonna head over and do that. So to finish up, we're gonna be doing 4 supersets of arms. I've already done 2 of them. Shout out to Nicole. We've been supersetting these horizontal videos for the YouTube video, and then we'd go and do them again vertical for, you know, Instagram and stuff. So we're gonna be hitting these. We got cable curls and we got extensions. So let's do it.
In the city and I'm lurking since you learned. If the brothers on the island, then I think you know the word. All the whiskey in the luggage and it's growing.
Weighed in this morning, 206. So we're gonna see how things are looking. Maybe I'll show the legs in a sec.
In the city and I'm lurking since you learned. If the brothers on the island, then I think you know the word. All the whiskey in the luggage and it's growing to a third. Everybody in the area ain't messing with the herd.
stuff. Got to start my posing practice, but we'll get there. Something like 9 to 11 weeks out.
We finished up the workout. It was a really solid one, and I'm usually really protective of my 7 a.m. and on time because I want to get in the office, but we had an emergency. We ran out of watermelon, so we had to go buy 2 watermelons, which is like probably 10 bucks, but we ended up doing a $150 grocery haul. So we're gonna take you through that. We got 1 watermelon, not the best yellow spot, but I think when this is big and bright, that's where you get the sweetest watermelons. So I got that, and then because that didn't look too great with the yellow spot, I saw this little one that has the super bright spot, so I'm kind of curious as to if this big spot's gonna win or the little super bright one. So we're gonna get into that. We got Nicole's haul, so she got 10 of these sparkling ices, which are delicious, which I'm gonna try to not steal. We got some unsweetened vanilla almond milk because these are great for making creamy recipes. In New Jersey, plastic bags are no longer legal, so we have to use these things, but they get the job done. They hold a lot of stuff. The most satiating food per calorie, white potatoes. So we may want to try out some French fries with that. Nicole's stuff, we got some crackers, cheese, salami, balsamic vinegar, I think some kind of oil, garlic. We secured some vegetables, Brussels sprouts, and green beans. So when me and Nicole have meals together, she's got some veggies to cook. And then finally, just in case, we got some egg whites. I haven't really gone into those too much. Want to make sure we have some iodized salt to get some iodine, whatever it is. And then this, I've been checking every day on the SodaStream website. Pink grapefruit has been out of stock, Kai Green's favorite. And so we ended up getting, we found these in store. And so we picked up, I think, 3 of them because this is Nicole's favorite and that's all she drinks. So the diet, grapefruit. And then we got some cooked shrimp that's frozen. Really, really lean protein source. So me and Nicole can have some meals together. She'll whip that up. Beefaroni, Parmesan cheese, Nicole things. My favorite deli meat. We got a pound of Boar's Head Blazing Buffalo, which is gonna be my next meal. I throw that on 647 bread. So that is our haul. I'm gonna get into the next meal, which is gonna be some of this, put this away, and then I'll see you guys when I have the meal ready. Next meal is ready. Next meal is ready and it's looking delicious. We got this action. So we got the buffalo chicken. We got 6 ounces of that. And then we got 3 pieces of, this is my first time trying the wheat bread from 647 bread. Usually use the white, which is really tasty, or the potato. It's bread, but it's fluffy. And how would I rank it on the 3? One time I got a burned loaf of the potato bread, which was awful. But yeah, the sweet one's solid. I'd probably get it. It's almost interchangeable with the white bread. So I'm gonna eat this up, and then I'll see you guys later. Heyo, so we are in the office now, and just getting the game plan for what the day's goals are. What I do in the mornings is I set my daily 5, which tends to be like a bigger list, but it's like, we all have to-do lists, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. But I just have like, what are the things I'm doing today that are, you know, non-negotiables. So today just made, it's Wednesday, so this is a content day. So just shot, you know, a bunch of content for Reels, just got those done. And then today, another big goal that we have is setting our retreat location for our next HFP retreat. We did New Jersey for R1, R2 was Hood River, Oregon. That was amazing. Now we're setting up for R3. So picking a location, and that always is gonna be, you know, talking to Airbnb hosts, finding something that can have us all there to, you know, meet up for certain parts of the events, because mainly we do an HQ as that Airbnb, and we'll have tables set up, so we'll just do some meals there. Where my team will stay, and then usually we'll be out and about, and everyone who's attending just gets their own spot. So that's coming up for our phase 2 and 3 members in HFP. And then also what I want to do now is just give credit where credit's due. So my favorite joggers, and I am so excited and like stoked about this. This made my week. But my favorite joggers of all time. Also, if you guys didn't know, we'll probably put this in the title, but Alphalete dropped me. So why did Alphalete drop me as an athlete? And I take no offense, because, you know, business is business. So Alphalete dropped me because I was not meeting the quota in terms of what they want to see in terms of sales for their athletes. Totally fine. My only gripe is I never really had that expectation set. I was totally underperforming in terms of I was getting less than 40% of what they wanted me to be getting in terms of commissions and code usage, but I never knew what that quota was or that target to strive for until like I was dropped. They're like, yeah, we tend to want to see X, you're at Y. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a lot less, and I can see why it doesn't make sense to keep me on, because they totally, I can say for Alphalete, they really hooked it up. Like I've closed this stringer, I have so many clothes that I just wear constantly. They put out high quality stuff, I'm not gonna lie. So no hate over there, but that's just like, you know, why I'm no longer, you know, have a code or anything like that with Alphalete. So your boy's just out and about, wearing whatever, but you know, still rocking the Alphalete stringer. But credit where credit's due. My favorite joggers of all time, and these were ones that I didn't even think I would like. The varsity joggers a long time ago from Alphalete, the ones with these. And so these are some gray sweats, and I really like these because I'm in a phase where I love baggy sweatpants that are cuffed. So just loungy, you know, loungy, sufficient room, cuffed at the bottom so I can just like chill and just, again, lounge. That's kind of my favorite type of joggers right now instead of like, you know, the fitted stuff. I like the loungy stuff right now. So those were my favorite, just super comfy. And so I recently just did an order from Young LA, and I was like, let me try out some of their joggers. They tend to be pretty cost effective and stuff. And shout out to Sush, one of their athletes. He said that he's like 6'3" and has like awkwardly long legs or something. And so I'm like, oh, I'm 6'2", and my legs are kind of relatively long for my height. So he said to go with the double XL for himself. So I tried double XL and I was like nervous them coming in. But I actually got that fit I've been looking for, and I haven't been able to find kind of since those joggers. So these ones that I've been wearing are the autograph joggers from Young LA. You saw them today. So the autograph part is, you know, this piece, hope you can see that. And then they just fit pretty loungy joggers. You know, they're pretty loose, but enough space. The double XL totally was the move for these, but I also picked up the kickback joggers, which I will show you right now. So now I got the kickback joggers on, and these ones have a little bit more stretch than the previous. They're a little bit thinner, but again, the double XL gives me plenty of room. Yeah, these ones a little bit more stretch. I feel like they actually are bigger, even though they're the same size. But these, they're what I love to lounge in, which is just gonna be like, I guess it's technically an oversized pair of joggers, but just space. They're a little bit bigger, they're cuffed, so they don't like, I don't know, like, I used to wear them in high school. That was like my style. I didn't have style in high school. But I never liked the cuffs back in the day. But it always, like, the bottom of my pants would drag, and that's never a fun time. So I really like just how comfy these are. So I just want to give credit where credit's due. So shout out to Young LA in terms of these are some solid pants. So hopefully before this goes out, I get to wash these and see if I want to purchase some more. And see like if they retain that size. But again, 6'2", long legs, double XL was definitely the move. XL would have not fit the way that I would have liked. So just want to give you guys a heads up on that, and that honestly made my week. I was super stoked. I'm like, those are the GOAT of sweatpants. I love those, and now these I think are like pretty much like at that tier. I don't know, I may even like these a little bit better, but I like when companies do good work. But yeah, so that is pretty much, you know, what my game plan is for today. So I'm gonna be working on some social media stuff. We're gonna be looking to lock down a retreat location. Those are the big goals for today. And then it is Wednesday, so this typically is date night. We have a double date in Princeton, which we're going to a seafood place, a nice seafood spot. So I gotta figure out, try tracking ahead, prepping. So when it comes to tracking things ahead of time, especially at these seafood places, if you look at Bonefish Grill specifically, a piece of fish is very lean, but you'll see like a lot of their slices of fish will have 30 grams of fat. Why is that? It's because they keep throwing butter on it as they cook it so that it actually tastes, of course, better. And so for me, I gotta make sure that I'm being as, you know, precise as I can be, so accurate. So I may just go with like some shrimp cocktail just because I know that's not gonna have anything on it, or I'll go with like broiled shrimp and ask them to not have any oil or butter on it, but we'll see how that plays out. We roll with the punches, but I'm excited because Nicole's favorite food is probably oysters, and they have some really, really good oysters, and we're seeing our friends out there. So I'm gonna get into this workday stuff, and I'll talk to y'all sometime soon.
Also, these pants, the varsity joggers that I love so much, I got multiple colors in, so I actually had like a maroon that's a darker kind of fabric. And I don't know if they gave me like a sizing issue or something. This is an XL, but it fits larger than the other ones. The XLs that I have fit a little bit too tight, that they're not what I prefer. But these ones, I don't know if it's an XL that kind of was a double XL, but these, again, super comfortable. But this was an XL for those Alphalete joggers that I loved so much. And then I got the double X in these ones, and they fit great. It's time to slice up these watermelons. So we're gonna see if this big watermelon with the big, kind of more pale yellow spot is gonna be sweeter than the small, you know, personal seedless that has the smaller but brighter yellow spots. So I'm kind of excited to see how this goes, because I'm curious if, you know, the big spots are what you want to look for or the brighter spots. So let you guys know. So it is sliced. We got, this is the smaller seedless. It's kind of like a deeper red. This one is the bigger one. It's less of that, you know, bright red. This is kind of that split, so you can kind of see the side by side. The right is that small one, the left is the big one. All right, it's taste test time. So we got the smaller bowl has the smaller watermelon, which is a little bit redder. Big bowl is the bigger one. So we're gonna go. I tried a little bit during, and it was, I mean, yeah, we'll see. But like now I'm gonna have them like back to back. It's like a firm watermelon, so it's got bite. So I like that. It's not massively sweet. We had the best like 2 watermelons like ever last week they were from Walmart. So shout out to Walmart. They stepped their game up. But pretty solid watermelon overall. Slightly less firm, but still a really solid one. They taste different, but they're different kind of watermelons. I don't know, this one seems like it's filled with like, I don't know, more juice in it. And this one's a little bit firmer. This one is a little bit redder, so the brighter spot may lead to a brighter color, so that may like tend to be sweeter. But ultimately, I mean, both are solid. I don't know, this one just seems a little bit juicier. In terms of which one's sweeter, I think it's close. Maybe, it may be that tiny one with the brighter spot. Nicole said she actually preferred the bigger one, so the lighter spot, this one, she actually did prefer. So I don't know, that's our experiment. I don't think we have any solid conclusions, but I think in the future I'm gonna be looking for the brightest spot that is still sizable, and that's probably how I'm gonna move forward with this. But also, I had something like 600 grams of watermelon, so we're gonna track that. And then I am preheating some ice cream for the creamy, so it's sitting in hot water for about 3 minutes. Part 2 of this meal is going to be, we got the creamy all made up, so super duper soft. It's insane. So super pumped about that. And we mixed in some of these. I found these at Sam's Club. It is Quest mini peanut butter cups. So they're not, don't expect it to be as sweet and delicious as Reese's cups, but it gets the job done. Peanut buttery, it's crunchy. The big piece is a little bit more protein and less carbs. So it's got erythritol, so that's gonna be less in terms of calories for the sweetening piece of it. And also I struggle to hit my fat, so these have a good fat punch. I'm gonna eat this to get an email from Jared. So we got our first adjustment of contest prep. So goal macros were 64 fat, 295 carb, 214 protein, and now carbs have been dropped from 295 down to 275. So we'll be implementing that, keeping the step counts at 12,000 a day. And I'm excited. I wanted to get some kind of drop because I'd rather always be ahead of schedule than falling behind schedule. And I want to look my best also on that first show, which I don't think I talked about yet. The show that we're counting down to is the New Jersey INBF show. It does not have a pro category. So the odd thing about the shows that I'm choosing is, in the case of my warm-up show in Washington, being a super pro qualifier, so it's professionals and amateurs, I can compete there in the same federation, INBF. If I win my pro card on that show, the warm-up show, it would be nice, right? But then I couldn't compete at the New Jersey show, and I can't have that HFP Civil War with Brandon, one of our coaches competing at the same time. And so
adding likely another warm-up show, which is a different federation, so it will be OCB, and that's going to be the DC show, because that's just 1 week prior to the warm-up show. Because if in any case I want to get 2 shows done, if I'm going to be getting this lean, and so if that's going to be October 8th in the OCB, I could still win a pro card or I could lose, and then I can still compete in that next show, the Washington Super Pro Qualifier in the INBF. I could, lose and then have another chance at a pro card at a 3rd show. Or if I do win that show and I end up getting a pro card, again, would be nice. It's going to be competitive. Then I cannot compete in the Jersey competition because there's no professional category. So once you win your pro card, you cannot compete with amateurs. Amateurs. But hopefully we can get a pro card this time. 2019, I did 4 shows. I came in 2nd to the overall winners in 3 of the 4 shows, and ended up pro cardless. All the people that won got their pro card. So in 3 out of the 4 shows, I got 2nd to the pro card winners. But we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna eat this up and I'll let you know what we do later. Just got back from a little bit of walking because I need to get those 12,000 steps in today. Got back, we're gonna be having another creamy concoction with the same toppings as the last time, those Reese's Quest peanut butter cups. And then gonna be prepping another couple of these. We got 4 of those set up because you gotta prepare it like 24 hours in advance because it's gotta freeze. So if you're getting a Ninja Creamy, definitely get extra of these tubs because we have 6 and I kinda want more. I'm gonna eat this up and then also probably gonna have like 500 grams of watermelon or so. So you got all those macros and stuff. Then me and Nicole are getting ready to go on our date night, our double date night. We are hitting, oh, that is the shop. And then this is Blue Point Seafood. So we're gonna be hitting this because Nicole loves her oysters. She wanted to show the fit. Damn. All right, the appetizers have arrived and I'm just watching. So like, it's like that. So we got, hi friends, yay. And then so we got these oysters, yes. And they are raw. It's like mucus, and then this one is huge. But I have enough mucus, so I'm not partaking in all this. And then we got the buffalo calamari. So again, I'm watching, and I have like a cocktail coming, and I have a salad coming. I'm so excited, but I'm gonna enjoy watching this. Food is mostly here. What have you got, Kev? Swordfish. That looks so good. That looks insane. Leslie, what you got?
I've got crab cakes with a side of sweet potato mash.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna enjoy watching you eat that. Nicole, what you got?
I got halibut with garlic on it.
Looking delicious.
And then there's Brussels sprouts.
Got it in my eye.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and that is why, we don't know how much oil it is, so that's why your boy didn't go with that. And then we got yummy delicious Brussels. All right, my meal has arrived. So what we got,
They said it was like miso.
is some shrimp. So this is 2 shrimp cocktails. That's actually a pretty good heap. And then we got some salad without dressing. Bon appetit. We are back at home. We are back from Princeton. Shout out to Kevin Leslie for hanging with us and doing that community service and hanging with us. So what we got now is I'm gonna finish out my calories. So I have 6 white cheddar rice cakes, which I'm going to be eating, and I just made another creamy recipe, the good old usual with those peanut butter cups. That is gonna complete out my day of eating. I also wanna show you guys a couple cool things. This is what we actually vlogged on while we were at dinner, just because this can fit actually in my pocket, but Nicole says it bulges out of my pocket too much, so it went in her purse. But this thing's super useful on the go, so that was kind of our, what is it, run and shoot? Yeah, run camera on the go. And then also these energy drinks came in, which were really good. So when me and Nicole got back from our last trip, went and I bought these out of the gym fridge. And so this is the Berry Blast Ring Pop Rise flavor. I really like this. I had heard from other people just reviewing Rise flavors. They're like, yeah, the Ring Pop wasn't that good, but this berry, it reminds me of like the berry flavored Skittles or berry flavored Starburst. And so when I had one, I was like, let me get a case, and they're on Amazon. And then also, your boy is a fan of Smarties. And so this is another collab with the Smarties flavor. So I'm curious to see what this tastes like. But seeing what they did with Ring Pop, I really enjoyed this. Rise also, the Sunny Delight one is incredible, the Sunny D flavor.
So they really hit on this one too, and I'm excited to see what that one tastes like. And then I also got a little bit more of Monsters. So that's going to conclude today's video. The macros for today, after Jared adjusts them, I hit 66 fat, we had 273 carbs, and protein was 215 grams. The funny thing is, before we close out, at dinner I only had like shrimp and I had just dry salad. And I just estimated that accordingly. And it wasn't that I couldn't have too many calories, it's just that I'm trying to be as precise as I can be. I can't control how much butter goes on the delicious fish that they cook. Even I may ask for, hey, no butter, but you know, you can't control who's in the kitchen, and they're going for flavor, and fat is flavor. So gonna be finishing this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are something like 9, 10, 11 weeks out or so, but I will see you guys in the next one. Keep it flexible. I'm out.